Yo, we're on, yeah? You lot arguing about drinks and that.
The guy was trying to get me drunk.
No.
Sorry.
Get me arrested at that.
DJ Firestar keeping it smashed.
Hey, listen.
What's happening?
It's been a minute, man. I've seen you. Big up, Resh. Gavin, back, my brother.
What's happening,
Yeah,
my
Gavin, I
brother?
feel like I've not seen you in ages either.
Oh, no. It's been too long, man. We're locked down.
When I say I'm fucking happy to see you, bro. Like, it's an understatement. But we've been talking.
Yeah.
You know,
The internet keeps us in touch, so it's good.
It's been a year, mate. I don't want to do a recap, so I don't want to we're gonna talk. You know what I mean? I don't want to.
I don't even know how you would describe this.
I can't just do it in
you?
this sort of thing. Like, it's not. You know what I mean? That's maybe a different conversation, but we'll flow with it. But what I do want to start off by saying is, obviously today, my man's like, I swear the press conference is like now anyway, from fucking
Probably
Boris, and I just
half an hour, I think, from now.
I just want to know what the current flex of the new rules. Obviously, you know what they are, like 10 p.m, everything's shut in terms of entertainment wise. Yeah. Obviously, that affects me and my work like massively, but what effect is that going to have? What does that mean for you lot, and what are you making of like the current, you know what I mean?
I'm not going to lie, I don't go to the pub and I've not been going out, so it literally makes no difference to me. Like...
Yeah, I've been out to eat a couple times, but that's about it. So it's the whole 10 p.m. thing.
But are you going to eat after 10 p.m?
If I go to eat, yeah, well, eat and drink, yeah, a couple bars and that maybe. But when I say I can probably count on one hand the amount of times I've done that since they've been reopened, and that's me going mad because they've been reopened as well. Like, I'm not really one to step out.
Wait, are restaurants closing by
at
10
p.m?
Well?
Yeah, everything.
Oh, I thought it was like...
So it's like a curfew.
Bars.
No, from what I'm understanding, the country shuts down at 10 o'clock every night.
But like, what?
Imagine that. That's
I'm being
so
serious.
mad.
That's what it is.
And I know a lot of people.
It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like, where does Corona just stop spreading it?
That's what I mean. See, that's the general thing
At
that
10
people are
p.m.
saying. Yeah, and I get people's thing. And when I was listening to the radio today, like, they said, because whatever research they've done, it's basically implying that when people are like liquor, they break all the rules, and then that's... I don't know where they've come to that conclusion.
Have they not been to Sorbet?
Are you being sarcastic?
What's that? Sorbella. They've been to the midday lunch raves. Like, people are getting drunk early doors anyway.
Do you know what? People are actually having brunches, which is the same as like your night, but in the daytime.
That's what I'm saying. It's exactly this. Yeah. So the alcohol, it can't be because of the alcohol. It's long. I didn't want to get started because my whole opinion on it is a bit...
Oh, go on, Gavin, share your opinion.
No, but like, is it... No, but there is a lot of...
bullshit.
Bro, do you know what it is like? And this is, again, like... I'd never want to be like an activist for this cause, regardless of like the circumstances that people may or may not know that was happened, whatever. But like, what I'm saying is, even throughout that, like, what's happened to me and like my fam is like, it's happened, isn't it? And I never wanted to be that guy to be like, to take it to heart what others do now.
Yeah,
do you understand?
You don't want to judge other people.
No, because the world is like, there's too much opinion, like, and we know this already, but like, you gotta be really thick-skinned to be on socials and not be triggered by a lot of it if you're gonna be. But then
put it to this way. So obviously, majority of people watching this probably know what's going on with you, but for me, it's like my dad passing the cancer. I can't then start kicking off if I see someone smoking. Or what pissed me off about the whole lockdown thing was that one of the things that for me they didn't or they don't say enough is that your diet and how you treat your body is so important with being able to recover from this. If you got any chance of recovering anyway, do you see what I'm saying? Yeah, you need your vitamins. Your body needs to be on a certain level, and that's what doctors are telling you. Certain doctors anyway.
I feel like at the beginning that was a big thing. Until
they started opening McDonald's and KFC.
Yeah, and then it was just back to
like normal. Why? No, but for me, it's like, why are you opening McDonald's and KFC before the gym?
It has been severely backwards.
It doesn't make sense. And like, you don't really care about people's health like that, in my opinion. That's all about dough.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The economy. It's about dough. It's just about money.
It is about dough, bro. And to be honest, that's when we talk about whatever's coming and whatever restrictions there are now, bro, I'll be honest with you and you, Resh, like the only thing that hits, the only sentence that rings in my head is, what if man had just locked it down a bit earlier in March? I might be singing a different tune right now. And that's the only bit that, but again,
what would be different? Would you?
As in, if things had shot earlier, then maybe
your story
my
would be
mum
different.
might have swerved, like getting unwell and all the rest of it. Do you understand? Like, so, but that's a what if. There's many what ifs in life. But again, like
you just can't judge nobody, because like even when I picked up my son from school today, and there was a guy with me, and he's like wearing his mask and that. I'll be honest, I don't do the mask thing for my own. Like, I believe whatever this virus is, I believe I had it. I believe I've recovered from it. Yeah. And I believe that I've just got faith in it, that I'm not, call it blind faith or whatever, but I think I'll be cool. Like, I don't think that's my fate, honestly. And I don't think that if it was my fate, that a mask going to really help me like that. Because they got people bundling up outside the school, queuing up to go in and pick up my child that's been playing with all your kids anyway. You ain't going to tell an 8-year-old not to go and play with Tommy. It doesn't make sense.
Like wishy-washy, like rules, innit?
But then I don't. But then at the same time, I don't stand there. I don't stand there and say you lot are all idiots and break it down. But he come up to me like, "Are you not afraid of this virus?" And rare. No, I'm not.
I don't want to be that.
Like,
how do you feel about the fact that I think it's a two-way thing? So like, people can wear a mask so that you don't pass it on to anyone else.
That's cool, but my thing is like, if it protects you and protects me, then we're good. Like, why you care? My analogy is, when it pisses down with rain outside, I don't get angry with a man that decides to walk around in just a t-shirt.
Yeah,
I've got my umbrella.
I get what you're saying.
So I'm not saying that you're wrong for having an umbrella. Just allow me in it. I like the rain. See, and I might sound crazy, and people say you're an idiot, you sound stupid, and rare. But like I said to you, one of the things for me, and I really don't want to like start preaching because I keep these opinions to myself for a reason. But there are people, like, obviously we know what happened with you, and it's sad. Like, the day of lockdown, my friend's mum died of a heart attack, bro. Like, and my nephew had a heart attack as well. There's been so much going on around me, but my mind is still like, nah, God's got me. That's just how I'm set up. But I'm not going to preach to you, so please don't come and preach to me.
No,
like,
and that's it. And it's
just allow me. There's a 98%. I honestly believe I'm that 2. I'm not that 2%. I honestly believe I'm not. And there's going to be people around that do, and like, do you know what I mean? It's sad, and I pray for anyone that's had to go through it, because I've lost people close to me as well. But I can't live in fear. My mind don't work well when I'm living in fear, so I don't watch the news.
I try and, you know what it is? I honestly, I try and tell myself that, like, if what's or whatever, but like, if my mom was here, like, she would be feeling like frustrations with the circumstances as well. Do you get it? Like,
she'd be trying to live life.
She, you know, it's taking its toll. I'm not here. Like I said, I don't want to be. I don't.
You're not that guy.
Yeah. Like, you could say I got not reason to, but one can.
You have got reason. This is why I'm. People like you are why I'm reluctant to say what I'm saying. Yeah. But there's people that haven't been affected with it at all that want to come and chat to me.
Of course. And I can openly accept, like, I feel like I said to you earlier, like I said, I feel like we caught a stray bullet.
Yeah.
And that's when we talk about unlucky, like, I feel like that's what happened.
All things considered, that's a good way of looking at it. If you get what I'm saying, like, instead of thinking, oh my God, we all, like, you could say, no, you lot ain't coming to the studio, you lot ain't doing this, and you can put yourself in a cocoon.
Yeah.
And I know, bro, there's someone, my mum's friend, yeah. Mum does a bit of care work, and she was looking after this woman, and the news and that had her so scared that she was in her 80s. I didn't even realize this woman looked good for her age. She was a bit disabled and that, but it's only her disability that made me know she's a bit like close to what age she was. But I thought she was about late 60s, 70s. This woman was so scared that she wouldn't let my mum come and look after her in the mornings. Every day my mum would go and cook her food, clean up the house, whatever, because she couldn't look after herself. Because she'd watch the news and they'd say, keep your distance and all the rest of it. She wouldn't let no one into her house since March. She died day after my birthday, 8th of August she died, yeah? And the reason she died was because of kidney failure.
Yeah.
Because she had kidney problems that no one knew about. So it weren't a main issue for her. Because her diet weren't right, and because she had no one there looking after her, and no one there to like help her live, basically, she got taken. So the lockdown killed her, not corona. So it's like, what do you do? Like, do you know what I mean? But she's out of pure fear. So for me personally, I said to my mum, I think she would have had more chance surviving if she had got coronavirus, in my opinion, than for her to be sitting there and losing herself slowly and dying a slow death. Do you know what I mean? You can, like I said, you can do certain things that with your diet and what you're eating and what vitamins you're putting in your body and all the rest of it. It's a virus at the end of the day. The human body is an amazing thing. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you have got any chance of fighting it and you feed the body right, in my opinion, you can be all right. But if they're just scaring older people just to stay in their house, like there's younger people as well going mad.
I don't feel like they're like helping in the right way. I think at the
No,
moment,
they're
all
not.
that everyone cares about is what's open, what's not open,
Right.
rather than actually how do you be healthy enough to, even if you get it, recover from it.
But I think that's
My point.
Yeah.
That's my point. And they're just leaving like old people by themselves.
Yeah. While the younger generation are just, it's like they're just more.
Her son didn't see her. I saw him that day, the day she died. Listen, bro. He didn't see. She wouldn't let him come. He'd ring her. He lives in London. He's ringing her like, "Let's let me come to the door and say." She goes, "No, don't come up here." She was that petrified. She wouldn't want to see her child, bro.
Yeah.
And then I saw him the day. It was in the morning. I went for dessert with my kids like about 2 PM, and I seen him and he was like walking back from the hospital and he said, "Yeah, she's getting better and all the rest of it." I said, "Oh, that's good. We get to see her soon." She died that night, bro.
Yeah.
Imagine that.
And when
And you couldn't even go in the hospital
when
and see
I
her.
touch on the ups and downs and whatever, like eventually, like it's like that. Like 1 minute,
Yeah.
the day that I had to call the ambulance,
Mm.
my mum was texting.
Really?
As in not texting us, but like she'd text her brother, like he'd asked how she was, and she said like, "I'm doing all right." Now a lot of that, it hurts because it was her nature to like
Be okay.
to play it down.
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like it weren't cool, but like it is what it is. You get me? Like so, yeah. Like,
Bro, I just think personally we need to look after the people around us as best we can. I can't live in fear. It couldn't be my mum.
No one wants to live in fear. That's
It couldn't
the
be my
thing.
mum. No way.
There's only so much you can do that without not living eventually.
It's mad. It's mad. But they're not, like you said, Resh, they're not telling you what you need to get better.
But I just feel as
It
a
doesn't
community,
make
we should
sense
know
to me.
that. And that's what we should be helping each other with rather than,
Looking for help.
yeah. Or relying on the government to tell us what we're allowed to do and what we can't do and what's the right thing. Because I'm sorry, but who's fully trusting Boris at the moment? No offence.
I didn't trust him when he was London mayor. It was fucking prime minister, mate.
oh, but just to flip the conversation onto the actual implications. Obviously, you two ain't really you're not going out, so you're just blessed out here. Like,
Yeah, this is the thing. All right, so if we talk about actual lockdown,
What do you mean?
if we,
like 10 p.m. don't mean nothing to you.
No,
Like,
it don't.
For me,
no,
it's
it
mad.
doesn't.
Like, there's nothing.
No,
Like,
I get it for you.
I'll be honest with
Listen,
you.
the amount of texts and phone calls I've had with the managers of the clubs over the last 30 days, because obviously everything considered, they weren't hollering too tough. Like, but the last 30 days it's picked up. Like, we want to get this. Everyone's eager.
Like a week ago, you think everything was getting back to normal.
Listen, I've had texts
of
like,
course. A week ago, you thought it was
I've had
lit.
texts contradicting from left to right. Like, man's like, we've got to go ahead, like, to open on the 1st of October. 24 hours later, it's been a set. It's like literally setback. There's one scale to the other, and then today I just texted. I was just like, I knew what it was, innit? So I've texted him like, yo, like, I'm guessing it's a wrap. Literally the reply, it's not looking good for a long time, mate. Like,
I don't think it'll happen this year.
Like, it's.
Do you think he's coming back at all? Without trying to be like,
I'm not even.
Do you think-
What do you mean?
Clubs,
the night- the
maybe
club-
clubs and all that.
I remember when his first lockdown first started. Yeah, people were talking to me about festivals and that. I said, you know them things. That,
Don't you think that's such a sad thing to think about, though?
yeah, of course. I was looking forward to getting lit with Tory this year, mate. Come on now,
I think we all were. Also, no, do you know what?
bro. I'm serious. That's my most annoying thing about the whole year that we didn't get to go to that festival.
Yeah.
I swear down, bro. I'll
And
be
they're
honest with you. For
promoting
me,
next year already, and listen.
I
don't
think
know how.
it's done.
How?
I think it's done.
How,
I
please?
think it's
No,
done.
I think they'll force it back.
No, I
They'll
think it's
do it.
Resh. I think
There's
it's
too much
done.
money to be made for them not to do the festivals.
But what I will say is, on the subject of nightlife and is people, as we've already seen, are finding by any means
Loopholes.
necessary.
Yeah.
Let's run.
What about
this
this
rude
random
boy.
raves
Yeah,
that
10
are going
bags
on?
is-
Random raves.
10 bags is
Yeah,
just
I
the
could be
cost now,
tested.
isn't it? The 10 bag fine's just a risk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
You
like,
charge enough to
it's
get
it's
in,
like, yeah,
that's why.
it's a risk. Yeah, we might make 10 bags more. We might get fined.
Because
Either way,
I
we're
don't
selling these
think
tickets.
We live in a society where, as we've seen, people can handle like a lockdown, like a war style, like, you know, when in the war there was in bunkers and that, bruv. We're not built for them scenarios. Like,
I feel like it started off really well, and then slowly people were just like, no.
Yeah, possibly.
can't do
I
that.
I was loving it at the beginning.
Yeah, everyone
Later,
was.
listen, I don't go out. So DJs all over the place were doing Instagram live. I was club hopping, mate. It felt like I was back at uni.
Everyone was
bruv.
doing like
I
Zoom,
swear down.
like calls.
now
dead.
you're not that's
It's dead.
not the one, bro.
It's dead. It's
You know,
dead.
the 1-2 bookings.
Working from home was normal for me as well. Everyone's stressed
Yeah.
at that work. But you know what annoyed me? That I didn't have the choice of leaving. I don't like choices being taken away from me. That's what I didn't deal with very
I
well.
think that's for a lot of people, bro. Like they
No, but people actually, whereas some people, I don't know, you probably say, Resh, that getting up in the morning, having that routine, might have been good for like a couple of weeks maybe before it started to set in, or were you just loving the lounging life for the whole
Oh,
time?
I was working though every day.
Was you going out to work?
No, I was working from home.
Was that easy to deal with? Like,
So I work.
was
so,
it a culture shock? Was
Yeah,
what I'm
so
asking.
we never worked from home before,
Yeah.
and literally lockdown happened, and it was like switch to work from home, and we did it really well actually in the company I work for. But I just got, you know what I missed the most? The interaction with people.
That's what I'm saying.
Sitting in my box
Oh,
room
I know she
on
was
my
when
lap.
she's on lunch ringing me. I know something's not right.
This is
What
what-
you're ringing me for. And I'm just like, the other day you remember you rang me the other day.
I did. I was like, are you to the
What?
podcast?
What would you want?
I'm like I'm dazed, innit? Because I'm waking up at some mad time still, right? I said to her, what's the time? She's like, 12 o'clock. I'm like, are you walking? She's like, I've gone for a walk. I'm like, you must be fucking bored
Trust
to be
me.
calling me
No,
right
to be
now.
fair, I do lunchtime walks, and then I call just people. It's my time to just ring people and just catch up.
I was
because
privileged,
can't-
bro.
But what I'm saying is,
Cool,
you
don't
see,
know.
you see that thing, you see that thing you went through, that moment of, there's no people to speak to, that human interaction. As you put
Yeah,
it.
so do you know what, it's fine because you can call up people and like you can still ring your friends and stuff, and we have like what is it, MS Teams, and you can video call your colleagues, etc. But I just missed seeing people. Like I now am in the office 2 days a week, and I actually love going in just so I can talk to people.
Yeah, so I went through that at the beginning, like
what
20,
now, you-
2017. I went through that.
It's already
Yeah, I went through
You
this.
just locked people off permanently. You
No, I
innit?
didn't. Well,
That's
kinda.
you, bro.
Not locked. Yeah, kinda. But like, it was normal for me by the time it hit. So I'm back now, and everyone's doing WhatsApp group chats. Like, right, okay, you don't want to know me now. Do you know what I mean? Because before, everyone would go out and socialize and do normal stuff. I was in the life that you're saying. Like, human interaction was a luxury for me, basically.
Yeah.
Unless it was me going out to talk to someone
No, but
purely
I'm-
about business.
I was saying to you, like, I'm missing it, and I'm missing it 10 times.
You
more
must be.
than others,
Yeah, you must be hard for you.
because it's not only my normal, it's what keeps me going, even at the worst of times.
Yeah,
You get it?
yeah,
Like, people, they think, this is what I mean, like, they think it's all, he's on this, he's on that. Fam, like, the way I describe it to some people is like, it's in bursts. Especially not being in London, like it's in bursts. Like we create something, or we do something, or I'm playing somewhere, or whatever. Go there, whole bag of like socialness going on, and then the week is kind of like to yourself.
What do you mean, before, pre or post lockdown? Like,
I'm talking.
Is that how it's
in
always
general? In general,
So you do stuff on the weekends, and then
I'm
your
talking-
week is
sorry,
like-
yeah, like last year, all the years like, apart from the last.
I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, it's
I know
like
exactly
my
what
life
you're
is
saying.
like Saturday nights, Friday night. It's that not clubbing environment, but it's like event, world, DJs, whatever, right? And then the week is like all the people that I want to socialize with are doing
Life.
work, not 9 to 5, but they're doing them, innit?
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
busy.
yeah. Their life, yeah,
So we can't link, yeah? So I'm waiting, or I'm doing whatever I'm doing at home and rare tear tear. But then this time now, since March, like I know obviously everything's locked in my head. Like the last event I had, dig that. I remember a week before lockdown
Is that the last event you had?
in March.
Mad.
And let me tell you, that week was like the fear week. Yeah.
So
that
how was the
when
event?
So
how was the event?
horrible. But we should have been closed.
Really?
And I wanted to.
I went to Gex's concert.
That
Was
week?
that before? No,
That was the last concert in the country, apparently.
Yeah. But that was
Before
just
lockdown.
Where was it?
In London, I can't remember what venue.
Was it dead?
prior to Dig.
in
Dig that
Canada.
was on the 14th of March. So, and we locked down on a week later on the 21st or something like that, right?
Yeah, so
20th of
it was
March.
on the Friday, I think,
Listen, I wanted to cancel.
or the Saturday.
Couldn't cancel Dig that with the agency because they would have kept half the P.
You need to try and make
Club
some of that money
weren't
back.
shut. They had to run. Let me tell you that the turnout was 1/3. Like it was an L. Like, we just scraped it. But I remember the fear in the world about what was going on, and I'm speaking to Keish came to help me to run the event with me, and you know he had his things going on, and he pulled through. Like I'm fire, I'm there. Like even though he didn't really want to step out like that, he came to help.
People were scared, bro.
We were scared.
People
when
scared.
we linked, I still remember getting out of the car, seeing him, and I was like, bro, like what do we do?
I remember being in the dressing room, and Getz was saying how certain artists ain't coming because of it. That people meant to come and support, and they weren't. They were like messaging him saying, "I ain't coming." It was mad. It was mad. Like thinking back, I probably shouldn't have gone.
What was the turnout like generally?
Full.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was masked. Like not everyone, but a lot of people were masked up in that. The show was amazing.
But the masks weren't a thing.
Yeah, they weren't
we
a
had
thing.
a dance floor.
It was still the mask thing's a bit mad because you see a man with a mask. I'm getting looked at mad now, like because I walk in the bank without a mask. You're saying that it's nice mad for a black man not to walk in the bank with a mask, not masked up, and I'm weird for not doing it. But back then it was still a bit like, why are you wearing a mask? Are you actually scared, or are you actually gonna try and rob this place or whatever? And there was a guy that was, I remember, I will not forget, because I got sick. It was a couple of days after the concert, I got sick. And there's a guy there that was shivering, bro. I remember walking out and he was like shivering and he's like, he looked like he was gonna die. I'm not gonna lie, but he was there. And that's the shit that I don't like. If you know you're sick, why are you coming out your house?
That's a whole different.
I don't get that.
That's a whole.
That's what I don't get.
That's a serious conversation.
You're coming to a concert. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're being selfish.
That is.
You're being selfish.
Because you got the clear indicator. I
remember looking at him and thinking, like, it weren't just a call.
What you doing here?
And his friend said to him, "Bro, you okay?" And I just walked past. I just shook my head and just carried on. And it was a little while after that I got a bit sick. And I don't know. It's a bit mad. The concert was good, but when you think back, it was like,
it was not.
That shouldn't.
No,
happen.
we was late on everything, and that is one thing I'll say because I can say it because we're here. It's like, you know what I mean, no one.
But remember,
I do feel we was late, bro.
But remember, and people might be forgetting, like, Brexit's a big deal still for the economy. Like, this country's kind of fucked when it comes financially. Like, they need every penny that, like, the Premier League come back for a reason.
Bro, I seen that people saying the 10 p.m. curfew is so that people have to pay congestion charge. Where do people think of these? But it's a point, isn't it? You got amounts before 10 and you're paying that fucking congestion charge.
It might be.
By any means necessary, we're collecting whatever coins you got. We want them.
But
it's too much, bro. Like,
But the social aspect of it didn't. I think I got more social.
Yeah, me too. I think I spoke to people more.
I swear
you killed me. It's like granddad and grandma.
No,
yeah, of course. I got more. I started speaking to more people.
I haven't done a FaceTime Zoom call with all of the girls ever, and then in lockdown, I think we did it like twice.
But did you do any quizzes?
I got educated.
Did you do any
people
quizzes?
explain.
Did you do any quizzes?
No, I can't do a quiz.
Quizzes.
I can't do
like a quiz on the fucking.
No, everyone was doing
Zoom
quizzes.
I can't do quizzes. I'll smash up my phone if I lose. I was so lose.
I did watch a lot of like live streams, like DJs doing things.
Yeah, I went raves. I went to a couple
good.
raves. I went to raves in my bedroom, living room,
The best.
conservatory. I was all over the house there. Getz had day raves.
Oh yeah, him and Ruth had done the swimming pool one, innit? Oh,
yeah.
That was cold.
I done more socializing, and I done more like events as far as like personal appearances, because I didn't really get out there and do stuff as far as talking on stage or doing interviews and that. But people, do you want to do this live? You want to do this Zoom? Like, yeah, of course. Like,
That's a beautiful thing because it's opened up a lot of doors. But like, do you think?
I think if people didn't use lockdown to do something more, then that was a wasted time for them. Everyone's like, if you didn't start a side hustle, if you didn't just do something to better yourself with all that spare time that you had.
I know, but that better yourself thing is easy to say. You got to do something.
You got to do something.
You got to do something.
But there's doing something, and then there's doing something that actually is beneficial.
Yeah, but it was hard for a lot of people to kind of like keep hearing, do something, and kind of like look at this and look at that, and you just in the end you're just kind of like, I'm gonna do what I'm doing, and I'm gonna just sort of see what go on in it.
When people say do something, like, I agree with you.
Learn a new skill, and but it's just there was a lot of that in it.
I agree.
think maybe that was just a lot of noise from a lot of people, and it's just like, all right.
But did you not get so bored that you had to do something?
Yeah,
anyway?
I mean, I would say,
I agree with you, Resh, but I would say do do something if you've been moaning that you need to do something or you hate your job or whatever. Because
or even spending
the
time
world's
with your
changing.
family. Even spending time with your family is doing something that you didn't
do
you may
before.
not have got to do before.
Or like, if you've been complaining about your weight, like go for. I'm being serious.
Gym, that's your topic.
Nah, but
today,
the gyms were closed.
As in work out at home.
Yeah, work at home, do some sit ups or something.
If you
man.
go gym, everything will be blessed in life no matter what.
No, but it's true though. It's better than the fucking KFC. You lot was queuing up for KFC, but you want to
I
go.
was queuing up for
you
KFC as soon as I shut
I
it.
did not.
I'm not
I
gonna
queue
lie
up for KFC as well, but I don't complain about my weight.
I was
now.
not trusting any takeaways throughout lockdown.
Really?
Yeah.
Really. But why not before lockdown? That's my thing. Because you could still
to you.
catch.
Nah, even
Yeah,
no,
You can
now
still-
there's 30. When
You can
go
still-
see
Call me
everyone
crazy,
gloved up,
we were
mugged
not
up.
getting-
They're giving you your food in the bag, on a tray, on another tray,
Right
through
then.
the drive-thru,
Right
on a
then.
stick.
And they don't want to
Like,
touch
it's
you.
over there.
Listen.
You get me?
It's more cleaner now.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you lot are saying you wash
Oi,
your hands.
listen.
You wash your hands before you eat now. You lot weren't washing
I
your
don't-
hands when you
hey.
come in the restaurant before.
I don't care. I
Understand?
was
When
not
it
having
comes to
takeaways.
hygiene, bro, I ain't want to talk about. You know this in a way.
It's needed.
I feel like
It's needed.
Asians, black people, Indians, whatever. We know how to be fucking
Floods.
clean. You get? I don't want to
This
say
is-
too much. But
So
like,
that guy that
Am I lying?
the guy that had the conversation,
confused.
the guy that I had the conversation with today, I said to him, like, they're telling me about all this hygiene shit. Like the school are trying to tell me keep 2 meter distance when you keep. I don't want to talk to these fuckers anyway. Like, leave me alone. I don't want to be around you
school run
anyway.
is something else, bro.
Bruv,
Like,
I don't want to talk to these because I know you lot are dirty anyway. Like, I don't even like my son playing with your son. You're trying to tell me about keep my distance. It's fine. I've been doing that. I've been doing that since he was in reception. He's in year 3 now, like year 4 even. Allow it. But yeah, the hygiene thing's gone through the roof. You lot are wearing masks and wearing, like, you can see them going into.
No, but I'm not mad at the basic level of improvement.
But you
of
see them
hygiene,
going in like
that's what I'm saying.
Tesco's and that and cleaning the basket and cleaning that like that. So what? You lot weren't bothered about this before.
But they weren't though.
It doesn't make sense to me though, bro. It
But
doesn't
there
make
wasn't
sense.
a virus that
Yeah,
was
that's what I mean.
around
You
in
know
that
why they're
time.
doing
Yes,
that.
there was.
cuz.
Not
There was
that
the
people
flu.
knew
No, I
about.
know.
There was
But-
bare viruses around.
You know how?
There's bare nasty shit.
No, but you know
what
how?
do you mean?
But you know what?
I don't
it is, like,
understand.
Well,
another
okay,
thing-
people weren't as aware of it.
This
as
is what
they
I
are
mean.
now.
This is what I'm saying. It doesn't make, and then
No, but
you
G-
can't judge me if all of a sudden your hygiene levels have gone through the roof.
No,
No
but-
one's judging
but hear what
anyone. I'm
saying,
just
like,
There's a
saying
lot of
the
people
awareness.
There's a lot of people judging.
Awareness is
The one thing
higher.
I'll say is that because it's a thing that's come out of nowhere, it's that whole. This is now a level of something we've got a
I think it's
kind of work with.
because
Everyone is in slight panic mode still.
This,
Exactly.
Like, what I'm saying to you
Right.
is,
and
imagine.
it's something that's been highlighted and it's been drilled and drilled and drilled.
so now
Like,
they-
I've never seen anything ever been on the news. Like BBC News had their own section called coronavirus, like on the website. Sorry,
Of course they did, bro. But
Called
what I'm saying is because
coronavirus.
there wasn't you. We've never known.
I've never seen that.
But we've never known any. We've known about everything prior. Do you get it? So this being the new thing that came,
And it's happening now.
it's now
now,
in.
now.
It's in our time that this is. Obviously, there's not going to be that headline in fucking 20 years when your kids grow up. They're not going to see that. It's going to be common. Do you get it?
yeah, but they're gonna want to not leave their house.
I don't know about
The world's changed, bro.
Bruv.
This is my thing.
how.
No,
like,
you
kids-
know what? I
and-
refuse to
and-
believe that it will make me too sad to think that it
Resh,
can't go back.
Resh,
ruining, like,
I'm sorry.
she wants to live her
I'm
teen.
sorry.
Yeah,
to,
you get
I'm
me?
sorry to make you sad, but you're gonna be the one.
Give me that.
You're gonna be the one that's gonna be there telling your grandkids. In my day, we used to go to this place and it was called the nightclub, and we used to all stand there and we used to dance and drink. Them days are done. I'm sorry to
The
tell
dance
you,
is
the
done.
dances are done.
The dance is done.
I'm telling you.
No.
The dance is done.
I'm telling you. I can't even go. You know, I can't take my son to his class in school.
What do you mean?
I got to drop him off at the gate.
Oh, because there's too many people inside.
Because
you go.
I can't
Yeah.
drop my son to the gate. You want to tell me that they're going to put 2,000 people in a room to dance and listen to
Imagine the
house
kids
music
going
and
to
shuffle.
uni right now. Freshers. What is freshers?
Heard it on the
All right,
news.
so you know what
Heard it
I'm
on the
All right,
news
so check
today.
this is where
the
my
radio.
head goes a bit mad. Yeah, we say that, but have you got any like younger cousins or anything? Like
I
that?
don't know anyone at uni anymore. But
My
Not
brother's at
even,
uni.
not
yeah.
even that young. I'm talking like teenager or
Oh
younger.
no, my brother's the youngest person.
All right.
fam. My
what do they
family.
care about, fam?
My
Fill me in.
my
What are they?
They don't care
my
about
godson,
going
yeah,
out.
my
Yeah.
godson's 15. He's gonna be 16 in March. I remember calling him halfway through lockdown and saying, "You're loving." After I really sat down and thought about it,
Yeah.
I was like, "You're loving this shit, innit?" He goes, "Uncle Gavin, I love this." He goes, "It's amazing.
What is it? A gamer or something?
I get to
like?
chat to my friends all day. I get all I do. Get to do. That's what they do.
Yeah.
That's how they
That's
so.
true.
What we
It's
think's
true.
weird is their life. So the same way when we were kids and when we were teenagers and that.
Football and all
No,
these
forget
ones,
that.
they're
We
not
started talking on the phone.
on- Yeah.
Our parents would have probably met up and gone out, and
Yeah,
that's how
there
they.
was a house phone thing in our
Right.
day. I was telling
But
someone-
before the house phone thing,
landline. What?
before
You didn't live in? She looked like she don't know what a landline is. What? How old are you claiming to be?
she's trying to say she's 21. I know the landline business, bro.
Come on, bruv.
And the dial-up, you
I
can't
asked
use
permission
phone.
to use the phone,
You
bro.
can't use the phone when the internet's
Ah,
running.
right, yeah.
As
You
you
see,
talk
you're showing your
shit.
age now. But
Yeah,
these
that's
kids,
a mad one.
these kids socializing on the internet's normal to them. They're cool. We're the ones getting pissed because our world's done.
No, but but that's not a good thing, though. Do you not? Think
Why?
it needs,
It's their world.
But do you?
Yeah, but all they're doing is sitting on Instagram messaging each other.
It's their world.
And they can do that at home, so it's fine. It doesn't affect them. You're right.
You can't. For me, I can't judge them on how they're gonna live their lives. You can
different era.
you cannot like it. Yeah, it's a
You
different
can have
era
an
now.
opinion on it, not judge them, but you can have an opinion on.
My
if
opinion,
that's what it's gonna be
my
now for the
opinion is,
future.
boy, we better
That's
get
fine.
down or lay down. Like you need to start
It's
enjoying.
talking like it's paid in full.
But it's true though. It's true though. Like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna be upset and start holding illegal rapes. I think the nightclub thing's done. All these clubs are
What-
gonna be apartments, soon.
That's what I was. Just my next point was just as a prediction.
and the bars are gonna be table service
as,
only.
but that's 12 months from now. Where we at? What's it looking like?
Resh is depressed.
You've just fully killed my vibe, Gavin.
I might.
No,
Listen,
serious
if
question.
in 12 months,
Just even if it's a prediction,
if it's
where
tw-
we at?
Okay.
Where we at? Like, call
No,
it.
I think
The
next
inter-
year. No, next
Go on.
year it's gonna
One of
be
you
back.
like.
back to normal.
Yeah,
You think what? Back to normal.
yeah.
Nothing's different.
I personally think.
Wear a mask in the club.
I personally think
I don't see.
in England.
There'll be a rule, and then it'll just be like no one will care.
Okay. G.
I think it'll be the same as it is now. They could tell you where you go. They could tell you what time you're leaving. They could tell you whatever they want to tell you.
So freedom out the window, basically.
Freedom's gone. What do you mean freedom? We was never free. You're not gonna get me in trouble. Like you're not gonna get
Where we
people. You're not gonna get me people at my door. Freedom's gone. That freedom you speak of is gone. That freedom you speak of has been gone. And it's just for me the screw's just being tightened.
If you need, for example, like the clubs and stuff, if you can't do that anymore, what is the other option?
Instagram
Fuck it.
at DJ Firestar. 2 hours every Saturday. It's gonna be mad. That's what it's gonna be though. Seriously, like DJs are gonna be, in my opinion, thinking on business. You lot got to learn how to.
Wait, listen,
you
radio's
lot.
done a fucking wonder though for man just not going off topic.
Oh,
but
okay,
the
for
fact
the
that
following.
No, for work, as in it's existed still.
Oh yeah, of course.
Regardless of whether
Oh,
people
yeah, I get
listen
you, I
to
get you, I
radio
get
or
you.
not
I get you,
anymore,
yeah, I get you,
it's
I
still
get you.
gone on, innit?
Yeah,
Yeah,
So
I got you.
that
It's
worked
kept you
out-
going.
That worked out nice.
But you lot, as DJs, I think you lot got to work out a way of charging people to come to these Instagram braves.
Yeah, I think.
Or some membership or something, because that's going to be the only thing. I honestly can't see how. All right, I see what you're saying,
You're
Resh.
going to get your 20 people over to your house. You're going to stick on a DJ who's doing a live stream somewhere, and
Yeah.
you're going to rave.
I
and
just
drink in
think
your
no one
garden.
can be, if they didn't already know this, which a lot of people,
Do you know what I
I
mean?
think a lot of people are on point, but the ones that are just DJs, yeah, you're fucked. Like you're
Yeah, if you
fully
got no,
fucked.
yeah, but
So, but a lot
they've
of people
been like that
already
though.
knew. No, you think? I think a lot
No,
of people
I
are smart
think-
enough to be in different situations.
That's what
No,
we're saying the same
but
thing.
it's difficult.
I think there's been the DJs that are just DJs and happy getting a check and working, and then there's been the hustlers that have been doing more than one
like
thing.
you
And you was
commonly
always,
see they'll
but
go into
there was a
video
reason.
or this or
There was a
that,
reason why you was
whatever.
doing what you was doing, because if a DJ thing fell, you had something else to do.
Yeah, but if you're doing
You could still do
something
events.
that's club related.
Yeah,
Because you're smart.
Yeah, but those
and there's certain
goalposts
DJs
are-
that thought,
yeah.
I'm just a DJ. Do
yeah.
you see what I'm saying?
But I've always maintained that statement of, and we've known it from back in the day, that, and I used to say this to the youngers all the time, that running an event it's not only the reason of running an event being the guy that runs it and the promoter and the different like amount of money you're talking about, but remember when no one wants to put man on,
Right.
so you fucking
So you
put
make your own.
you put yourself on.
Right.
You get me?
Same
So,
reason I'm
look
in
at my
business.
events.
Same reason I'm
Like,
in business, bro.
It's
That's
not
what you
only
have
my
to do.
event, but of course I'm fucking headlining that show. Are you stupid? Like,
It's your thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously.
so by default, it's hand in hand. But there's certainly, I know certain men that have, their hands are in all sorts of,
Pies, isn't it?
yeah. And to be honest, fair play to
People
them.
like Charlie Sloth, for instance. The guy,
bro.
think what you think about the guy, but he's never going broke.
Rock Nation. he's got a Rock Nation deal,
It's
fam.
mad. It's mad. But I'm talking about outside of music. From what I hear, I don't know the guy, but from what I hear, he's spent his money wisely.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
I know
he knows what he's doing. But Resh, my reason for saying it is not even about the rules. Even if they said to you in 2021, let's say what month are we in? September 2021, the clubs are back open, everyone's back to normal. You really think that people are going to be rushing out and it be back? Like, I think majority of people be too scared. People are too scared to go supermarket now.
So do you know when they let people fly abroad again? For example,
People be scared to go abroad.
No, people have been going abroad. They've been going. The people in Ibiza at like O Beach, wherever
Listen,
it was.
I just
If
wanna-
you saw people's
Not as
Instagram
many.
stories,
I've
not
been
as
on.
many,
I've
but
been
they
on
still
one.
were.
I've been on a flight.
Oh yeah, you've been.
Listen,
Like,
I'm gonna tell you the truth. The plane was empty.
That's what I'm saying.
There was 3 people on that plane. I couldn't believe that the fucking
People
thing
are
took off.
shook.
I don't know how it took off.
The media has done a job on society.
It was empty.
People are shook. People are shook.
I think
Listen,
I think
people,
it will get
check
back
it. People have lost their job. You're right. We're not cutting that out, by the way. People have walked. Basically, people have walked out their jobs. People have walked out their jobs because of this thing. They've not like the only way they feed their family, and they were told not to go to work. And there was no protesting. There was no anything like, okay, I'm gonna sit at home, and the government gonna pay me, and I might be made redundant. I don't know what my future say. People are scared, Resh. The last thing they want to be doing is turning up, and the economy's fucked as well.
Because you mentioned
People ain't gonna have money to go out, let alone fucking.
only because
the
you
energy.
mentioned protests. There were protests going on in
Yeah.
the middle of like a pandemic.
Yeah, but that weren't because of the jobs though.
No, I know.
I'm sick of protests just to throw out there because if everyone protests about fucking anything these days, it's pissing me off.
Let
I
me
know,
just
it's
say
bad.
that was actually a pretty serious thing.
Like
though.
some serious ones going on.
Yeah. But
100.
no, but people, I honestly believe that there's people on the Black Lives Matter protest because they were bored. I'm being real with you. I'm 100% real with you. They had fuck all else to do.
Yeah,
like
but
shouting,
we're
literally
gonna ride
all-
out with these black brothers.
Yeah, fuck
just
it.
because you know what? It's
Fuck
better than
it.
sitting
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
yard
yeah,
doing
fuck it.
nothing.
I don't
I'll
like
be
to think
honest
that.
with you.
I would like to think.
I'm
that
not saying
everyone-
that I don't know if it's a majority or minority, but there was definitely some people that were there.
Extras.
Yeah, there were certain men that didn't know what the
Extras.
fuck was going on. And you could tell by the whole noise that's going on now. Like, people you ain't really bothered, are you, bro? Like, you ain't hashtagging no more. It's done. It's not hype anymore. And I don't know, man. I don't know. I think honestly, Resh, I think that people are that scared that they're not gonna carry on raving
Listen, I just want to say,
and
if you're
living
that
that party
confident,
life.
you can buy. I'd love you to just buy for.
You're gonna have to go raving in Amsterdam.
Listen.
Or Miami.
No. Listen.
Miami might still be
no,
lit.
no, Miami like
wants to go back
Florida.
there,
Yeah, I know.
You know,
I don't know if I would. Florida's like pretty bad, isn't it?
See,
America
Coronavirus.
ain't the place.
would you go back to Miami?
At the moment, no.
Would you go back to Miami
No.
in 12 months? Do you reckon?
When it's not as
You want guarantees,
yeah.
but what if there's no guarantees? Because this thing ain't going nowhere.
No, but she said it is so. If you,
Coronavirus is here to stay.
but you
But
can.
if there's precautions like
It's like chicken
things,
pox.
I begged you, just purchase
It's not
my
going
roll.
nowhere.
Just purchase my Rolling Loud ticket for me because the motherfuckers made me hold that shit till next year. 2 of the fuckers.
are you
can
gonna
have
go?
it.
All right,
£200.
I'm asking you
We'll
now.
do an exchange.
Are you gonna go?
I don't want to go, fam. Like you can have
You don't
the
want to
ticket.
go next year.
I don't think it's gonna run. That's why. Do you get it? Like
Yeah, then
they're
they'll
making
just
people hold their
refund you.
tickets.
It'll run. It'll just be dead. I think all these things are gonna
I mean,
run,
like, you bought
and it'll just be
ticket.
shit.
You have to go or lose your money.
Yeah.
I honestly think Carnival's done. I think Notting Hill Carnival's done. I think or if anything, it'll go back to what it used to be. It's not going to be what it was.
What did you
Like
say?
last,
What did you say?
like original Carnival, what it was when people from the Caribbean just set up street parties, basically.
It's gonna be just the restrictions on everything are just gonna
It's gonna be mad.
restrict, aren't they? Obviously.
Go Carnival, you got to stay.
Restrictions are
You got to be
gonna
2 meters apart.
That's
to
even
bro-
better for
to
me.
get
I
a
don't want
wine.
anyone near me. That works
You're
out
telling me you don't
perfect.
go Carnival to catch your wine?
I can honestly say I do not want people near me. I'm the person sitting on a wall somewhere on the side.
I hear you, but the atmosphere is based on people being close to each other.
No,
You see this?
well,
I
for some
never wanna
people,
drink this again.
I just want the music, I want the floats, and I want to be away and just do it like away from people.
So you want everyone else to catch the corona and you be cool.
That's up to them.
It's not gonna happen. I think it's done. I think it's done out here, personally.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I can't call it. I actually don't know what is gonna happen. Don't fucking know, mate.
Either way, we got to be cool. We have to make
We
shit
have to
work.
We'll be fine. That's
The
not. I
only-
think that's the question.
Yeah, we have to.
Really think about it. Everyone's upset about partying and raving and all the rest of it. Some people need to be happy they still got jobs.
No, that's true though.
Yeah, and
You see what I'm saying? You have to be happy
And
you
you
can
go-
still feed your kids.
yeah. And
You complain the pubs ain't open. You're lucky you got money to go to the
of
pub.
course,
It's man
but
out
there's
here.
it can go to any that conversation can go to the realest conversation of you're still here, being able to do your
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so you know what?
Exactly.
You do what you want to do, like you know what I mean. Each to their own is basically the best way to describe how I felt about when I see things. And let me tell you, there's been a lot of fucking deleted tweets, like
For you.
bro. And I've had to just say, fire, nah, don't.
Yeah,
just
don't put it
leave
out. Don't put it out in the
Why,
public.
bro? You're inflicting it. You're doing this to yourself, cuz.
Yeah.
You say why? People are gonna look and be like, do you understand? So I know what it is. I know what I feel. I know what I've lost, and I know what it means to me and the energy that it gives me and the sadness that it gives me. Like both, because I feel both. Believe me, sometimes I feel like I'm doing this for a purpose, which is the overriding feeling, and that means everything. Yeah, but there's lows, isn't it? I'd be lying like there's many lows, but when they hit, and I've got people around me in it. So, and the way the year's patterned so far is that there's been a run of something like me and Gavin were talking, like it's been the BBC thing to keep man going,
Yeah.
and it's been fucking phenomenal. You get me? Like big them up, like it's been lit. I love it,
Yeah.
and I want there to be plenty more. Like so. We keep going, innit? Like I've never ever thrown in a towel, like, and
Yeah,
this
but I
is-
don't think that you would. It's not in your nature to
you
do
say that, but if there's any time that is tested, that it's gonna be now, innit? It's gonna
But
be
this has tested you the most. I'm sure you've had previous
yeah,
situations.
but not
that-
on this.
No, of
never
course.
on this level, because when you lose, that's it. That's all that matters.
Yeah.
Believe you me, and I'll keep it 100. And I've said this, like, I stupidly, in my mum's opinion, I would trade all of this.
100%.
I would
But
trade
not
it.
anyone
I'd say,
would.
are you mad? Like, I don't want this. I'd take it all. Bring her back. Like,
Listen.
do you understand?
But
But
I-
you know what? If I'd done that and I had got to have a conversation with her, she would slap me in my face and say, "Are you stupid? Like, go and live. Like, I don't need to be here. I'm here with you. Like,
And that's
I'm just
mad.
not here to get it.
People,
It's
because
a different level, man. Like, it's just a different.
what some people might not get, because like I said, I've lost one of my parents, and it's like I'll trade everything I've got for one conversation. It's not even like it's
10
just a
seconds,
conversation.
For 10 seconds.
You don't get
cuz.
it. You don't get it. People don't like. Certain people might think that's a bit mad, but and the truth is, to be honest with you, Fad, she's just watching you and she's saying, just keep going. You have to keep pushing.
Yeah.
You have to keep pushing, and you got to do it in her name now. It's not even about you no more, bro. You got to do it in her. You got to do it for her name, and that's what it's about.
But what you've
But you-
done is you've found like energy from that, and you've taken that.
100%.
Yeah.
I've had to, but
Yeah,
luckily
that-
it's
yeah, but
happened.
You've
It's
been
happened
able
like that.
to. Not
Yeah, I've been
everyone
able
can.
to. Yeah.
Not everyone can.
No, not everyone can, and that's why, you know what, another thing I said to people is I understand how some people can't survive, and that hurts to know that those. I understand now. Some people's lives, it's bad, you know, and you know what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
they
of
don't
course.
have what we've been
of course.
so far able to like.
You got to be able to transfer that energy into
Yeah.
Like,
something
it's
positive.
very real. Like it's like I was saying to G, like before, it's like you enter a new realm of life, innit? A new world kind of thing. That's like it's surreal, innit? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a level where you understand things on a deeper kind of meaning. You cherish, like,
Yeah, you feel things that you've never.
I don't
felt.
want to say anything like ridiculous, like, you know, you have a conversation with people and like you treat them like you don't all the time. Not all the time. I don't treat every last conversation as the last time I want to see you people. Not always. But
you appreciate
go
life
into,
more.
Exactly. You go into a level of appreciation and you like to tell people more about how you feel about them or the impact or how you just generally.
Do you know what's mad, bro? I never really thought about it, but I'm like that. I would, like, if I really check for you, I'll tell you. I've got no problem
And you never have.
showing you how I feel about you. Like, if I rate you, there's certain people that don't, that they'll really think you're doing well in life. and they feel a way just telling you and trying to.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, their whole. Yeah.
It could be something as simple as that.
Yeah.
Or telling your people
Well, they think,
that
no,
you
he
love
doesn't
them.
need to know it because I can't say it. But really, it's they can't say it. But
Yeah, that's what it is. It's not about how they feel about you. You're right. It's them, how they feel about themselves.
Yeah.
But for me, there's so many things I wish I said to my pops that I didn't.
Yeah.
And it's probably stuff like that you feel the same way with your mum.
Yeah.
But it's just like you can't get that time back. And when you understand what that's like, there's no coming back from that, really. Literally. That's it. It's done. Like it's done.
And you can't prepare you for that.
But
door.
that's the thing I was going to say.
You can't explain it either.
Yeah, you can't explain, but you can't make someone understand
Ever.
that either.
No,
Ever.
you can't. You
Before
can't. And that's what I said.
something
Do you know what it is?
like
Do you know what it is?
Before.
When I went, I was 25. So when I went through it, or 24, when I went through it, it was like, the one thing I've done since is I just keep it real with people. I say what I want to hear. I'm never that. Like, people will mean the best and they'll say, "Oh, I'm really sorry to hear that," and they'll only say what they can because they've not been
That's
through it.
all they can say.
Right. So they'll say that. And
all they
there's an age old saying that you'll get your time is a
Time will
healer.
heal. I know. Yeah.
Bullshit. I've never heard such
But there's
bullshit
some
in
real
my
people
life.
that will say it will never heal. There is that small fraction.
That's my thing.
Listen, it will never get cool.
It's
You
like
learn to live with
it's
it
like
and all
you.
that.
It's like for me.
That's the
for
truth.
me.
That's the
For me, there's people like, imagine getting your arm chopped off and someone saying it will heal back and it'll grow back. No, but you'll get used to having one arm.
Yeah.
That's what you'll get used to, that missing piece, and that's for me is how I describe it. You see what I'm saying? And but bro, you need to be proud of yourself. I know, obviously, speak on it another time properly, but you need to be proud of yourself. Just how you're pushing through, and she's proud of you, man. She's proud of you. Do you even realize where you're at? That's the other thing I want to chat to you about. Like, do you even realize where you're at with life? There's this thing.
I think because of the circumstances of everything, bro, it's like it's even. I'm not one to.
You know what you got?
So listen, inside, I'm beaming of self pride, innit, of the things. I don't know how it is for everyone else, what they see, but for me,
It's mad.
just for me, like, you see Swizz Beats. I just want to say, like, fucking hell.
It's mad. It's mad.
I mean, I
It
guess
meant-
you got Ramesh on.
I know, but
That-
and Dutch, and
that was
Dutch, and
dope.
sure, but I can name them all,
Yeah.
and even all the other shows. They meant everything to me. Every single person is like, you know, when you just
Name dropping, bare name dropping. innit, Rish? Fucking hell.
Do you know
Like,
what? I wouldn't have
listen.
rated him if he didn't. Actually, I would have done it on for you. If he
Swizz.
didn't.
When I tell you how happy that makes me.
Yeah, cool. I know you. I like when I saw it. My thing was that
bruh.
this guy's gassed. This
And he was
guy's
chatting
gassed.
about verses, the one thing that flipping everyone's been watching
I
as
know.
well.
Bro.
Do you get it though? Do you get it? Do you understand it? There's this thing, yeah. I think you got it too. I suffer from it. Imposter syndrome.
What's that again?
Imposter syndrome.
I know what you mean.
Do you know?
Im-
No, I
Imposter.
don't feel it.
I know. Do you know what it is?
Imposter.
Yeah.
Imposter syndrome.
yeah.
What is it?
There's this thing, yeah. Because I got this business coach, and she like, I thought, let me confide in her. She ended up drilling me, but I love her still. Like, I can't even. Like, I need to hear it. But like, with the progress I'm making, totally separate to what you're doing. I don't get what people see. You still just see.
Yeah.
You look in the mirror, you just still see
Am I putting out the government?
whatever it is. But that's the truth, though. It's a fact.
That's not a big deal. You can do that.
It's a fact, though. That's all you see. I still look in the mirror. I just see Gavin. People say, "Oh yeah, you're doing this and rare, rah rah rah." I'm like, yeah, allow it, bro. Like, I'm doing okay in it. I'm doing all right. Like, oh, thank you. Yeah, whatever. I'm doing all right. I hate it.
Yeah.
I hate it. One of my cousins here, my little cousin. I say little, 'cause she's a big woman, but she turned to me and she said to me, "You gone clear?" And I'm thinking,
That word kills me.
I ain't even
Bro,
started. She
you're
goes,
killing it.
"This is what I'm saying." She goes, "Oh, you've come from the same place we've come from, like I've come from, and you're doing what you're doing, and it's amazing, all the rest of it." That shit. So some people probably will hear me say that and think you must be boosted, and that must make you feel like king of the world.
Nah,
I
right.
fucking hate it.
Yeah, same.
Deep down, I hate it because you know what that is for me. And I tried to explain it to someone. I tried to explain it to my business coach. It's like a roller coaster. You ever been to Alton Towers?
Yeah.
You've been on Oblivion on Alton Towers,
Yeah.
so you know that it gets to the top of Oblivion, and then it just drops. I feel like
I've
I'm
been
on.
on Oblivion.
I feel like I'm on Oblivion, and like shit's been so good this year, and this is why I hate talking about 2020 with people because everyone said, and I've
Oh,
had
wait, for you, it's
I've had some fucked up shit happen like around me and people around me. Like I thought I was gonna lose my nephew, bro. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
I in fact I'm lying. I knew he was gonna be cool, but everyone around me thought he was not gonna be here no more, and that was horrible. But 2020 has been a year where shit's just going like this, and I'm just waiting. It's like a part of me is waiting for that moment when it drops. Do you see what I'm saying? But I don't understand what people are seeing and how this amazing person and you're doing this and oh my god, you're killing it and rare. Even you, when you say oh my guys do and like you big me up the same way I'll big you up. But I'm sure both of us are probably thinking the same thing.
No, but
vice versa.
But I understand when you hear it from me, it's not you don't like.
It's exactly the same.
For real.
It's exactly the same.
So you just think fuck's sake, like what's he saying this?
No,
I'm gonna stop. I was gonna say.
No, I
I hear it from him. I understand that he gets
in a way I need it.
In a way like it doesn't mean it empty.
No. It's not that you mean it empty.
When you say it to me,
no, you're getting me wrong.
Like it's empty.
No, you're getting me wrong. It's not that you mean it empty. I don't see. Vikram said it to me. I need to look at people how they look at me. I only look at me at how I see me. I still see the kid that grew up in Harrow, bro.
Yeah.
I don't see the man that sits in front of you now. Do you see? I can't fathom that dude.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I'm sure when you go to bed, you don't sit there and think, yeah, man just interviewed Sweet Speech. I'm that fucking guy. You haven't got that personality.
No, I think it's done.
You know what I'm saying?
It's like,
there's certain people out there that are like, you're just on to the next.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
But then there's also a good thing about that because it keeps you humble.
It does. It does keep you moving.
But it can it can make you question yourself too much.
Yes.
So like when we had a conversation about BBC at the beginning, when you first got it, and I was like, just go and do what you're doing. I know you can I know you ain't gonna do a normal residency.
Exactly.
If I said to you that day that this is the list of people you're gonna interview,
I would have said
fuck
no.
off.
I would have.
You'd have said fuck. Do you remember Kano concert?
Yes.
And I'm not going to mention the names, but you were saying to me who you want to interview, and you're like, this person's boying me, that person ain't going to happen. Now look, bro. If I said to you in that, don't worry, fast forward to September, this is the list. Just do your thing.
Yeah. Would you like?
But you wouldn't have seen it. You wouldn't have seen that you was capable of doing that.
No.
Even though I did. Do you see what I'm saying? And it's vice. Like I'm like that as well. People will say to me, "You can like you're killing it. You're killing it." But I think like you. I look at the next thing too much to even sit there and ponder what's happening now.
You reminded me of a quote. Fucking, we don't usually fucking do the quote thing, but we're gonna do it right now.
Are you actually finding a quote?
No, I posted it on my story.
Oh, okay.
So I just want to say it because here we go. The right friends will challenge you to do better. They will see greatness inside you before you do.
Trust me.
That's how I view you.
Facts.
That's how I've always viewed you.
Yeah, it's facts
I've known
though.
him longer. I don't view like no, just quit it. But yeah, you've always been like that.
Yeah, no,
Had
facts.
that in you.
I'm like that, but to the point I piss people off. Because if they're not really on it, and I can see it in them,
Then it makes you mad.
It makes me piss me off.
not
Like,
on
yeah.
job?
But then I'm a hypocrite because they'll say the same shit to me,
Yeah.
and I'll be pissed. Like that. I'll be like, no, what are you talking about?
Just to be clear, I know she's sitting there like, actually, I feel like you feel like left out.
No,
your time is.
I don't even feel left.
I was gonna say just making sure because like,
don't.
I mean, your time is. I know what you're on, and it's coming. Like you're on job.
We're good,
Like
I'm
you know what I mean?
You're on
like
things,
it's
yeah,
coming.
Resh. You
Yeah,
don't
she's,
tell me.
she's
We'll
not
chat
messing
after the
about either.
podcast,
Like
yeah.
it's coming.
We're
like,
not sharing that with the podcast.
No, we'll chat after. I said we'll chat after. You let me know.
But yeah, it's coming. So like, just we've got to keep.
But that imposter syndrome thing's a real thing, bro. Like I actually don't see who I am now, and I think, like you said, it keeps you humble. But
then
you need to be
also part of you
careful
can't accept that that's actually you.
I'll be honest with you, yeah. I don't know if you lot watch my social, but I'll put certain things up.
Bro.
I put stuff in my caption, but that's more for me than anyone else,
Sometimes you're telling yourself, you know what they say, like sometimes you rethink for
bro.
yourself.
And I'll go back and I'll look at my Instagram and I'll be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And I don't really, because I don't, in the moment, it take me a couple minutes to come up with a caption. I'll post it. I'm gone.
But I think it's one of them ones where in especially in my work, like it's like when you do have them moments of looking at what you have and haven't done. Like sometimes you'll have a night where, let's say you're looking at the IG and you're looking at the things that have happened over the last year. Like when you recap it, when you recap it in the way you have, and I look at the last year and I take a moment and you see the problem with looking at them highlights is you never want to be that guy who is like, because I already
living off past successes.
Yeah, because I already get, when I see, like, when I deep the level, it makes me frustrated at where I'm still at. Do you understand?
No,
so I don't want to think
What
about
do
that
you
too
mean?
much. So, like, that whole sort of aspect of, do you understand? So, like, that whole sort of aspect of, like, I should have more. I deserve this. Entitlement. That's what I mean.
You feel like do you feel like you feel entitled?
I don't feel like I feel entitled. I just feel like when I deep it, I'm like, oh, look at what I've done. But then when people hear that, like, immediately you're out of the conversation when you start speaking like that. So I don't let that. I don't let that in because it's like, just keep going, bro. Like, and you know forget. You actually forget that even though I'm saying, oh, but I haven't got this or I haven't got that. The flip side of that is the positive is like, yeah, but brother, you were able to call Sean Paul and Swizz Beats that didn't do nothing for no one else, and they come done it for you, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Do you understand? So it's like I gotta take. You have to
like
check yourself. Like,
I ain't got a name. I ain't got a name drops like you, yeah. But I'll be honest, bro. When before lockdown, I was on that position where like I've been fucking working. Shit ain't really popping off. But I'm gonna keep on doing. I'm gonna put my little pieces into place and that. Lockdown came, bro. For my business, it was beautiful. It was like the perfect storm. All the dealerships shut down. It's true.
No,
all the dealerships shut down.
He was happy.
I'm phoning. Listen, dealerships are going out of business, and I'm out here. Put some money into Facebook. What is everyone doing? They're sitting at home on Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, you're
to the point.
Out the ads, yeah?
To the point where people know my face in that now. Like,
It was the
like,
best
you see what I'm
time to
saying?
put ads, yeah.
You stepped up.
Exactly. So I'm out there now, and we're doing certain things, and it's like none of that would have come without the work I put in before. Do you see what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing about it. Number one, and number two is just like you got to keep on going because it happens overnight. Who the fuck saw coronavirus coming? I was sitting in. I swear to you, this is the story. I was sitting in Jamaica, and before I went, one of my guys said to me,
"What month was that again?"
I left in December, come back in Jan. I was left for 3 weeks.
Okay.
So I said, I need a unit to take my business to where it's at now, yeah. And I decided in Jamaica I want a unit. So I asked my friend to find a unit, found the unit, went and looked at it, got it, and just had it there. Then lockdown came. I was like, fuck. Everything's locked down. But
didn't we go to Merston's thing in early Jan?
Yeah,
and you just got the unit?
Yes.
Because that's when I
yes,
seen
yes.
Merkston. Sorry,
Yeah.
said his name wrong. Bare times on the BBC was vexed. Merston, because I kept thinking of Paul Merson, fam.
No, it's Merkston.
I kept thinking of Paul
it's definitely
Merson.
Merkston.
And he had me up at the end of the thing, like, yo, bro, like, what, you keep saying my name wrong on air, bro.
Oh,
Merkston.
really?
I was like, yo, my bad. Like, I just fucking slip of the tongue in it, you get me? Anyways,
yeah, so
we went to the party, you told me about the unit.
I got the unit, and then it just went mad after that. Like, if I didn't carry on taking them steps, blind faith, bro. Just something said to me, get the unit. I was in Jamaica and someone said to me, sort the unit out. Yeah. A week or two after I come back from Jamaica, I had the unit. Out of nowhere, like boom. The place looked like a fucking crack then. I'll be honest with you. It looks a lot better now, and I just fixed it up and I just kept on going, and now the business is just propelled purely because of what I did and purely because I kept on going and purely because of the lockdown and coronavirus. And that was, if I weren't ready, if I weren't set, if I ain't putting that work in, if I ain't kept on going, I'd have been sat there like everyone else. Like, fuck am I going to do now? The world's changing. I'm not ready for it. Whereas for me, it was a blessing if I'm being 100%.
Yeah, but you didn't know that was going to happen.
No.
I think the main thing is you put the work in.
Yeah.
And then these things just happen. You just have to trust.
That's what I'm saying.
You've got to trust and just believe that it will.
That's what I'm saying. So the same with what you're doing and the conversations we had before we started recording. Bro, I know something's going to happen. We're going to talk. Listen, we're going to talk. There's going to be, whether it's between now, within the next 6 to 12 months, yeah, something bad's going to happen for you and be like, yeah, I told you. On camera. I'm saying it now. Because of everything you've done everything you've done this year is because whatever happens next year or whenever it happens is going to be because of everything you've done. Without knowing.
No one can take that away from you. Everything that's happened, it's there.
But you don't know, you don't see that.
Exactly.
And that's what I'm talking about, the imposter syndrome. Look, not everyone could have said to me like,
oh, I'm disappointed. Like, oh, what's that? She's like, yeah, but you've done it. It's there. Like, it's on the
people,
the CV or whatever you call it. Like,
when I got the unit, people were gassed, and I was like, yeah, I'm happy, but
you're not really.
Just fucking
you're onto
I got rent to pay every month.
Exactly.
It's a bit shit.
You're thinking it's just a
That's
crack.
because you're thinking so much above that.
Yes.
There's reasons.
And that's the problem.
You're aiming
And that's
way
the problem.
higher.
And because I don't think I'm that guy that I want to be, or I'm not where I
But
want.
you have to think like that, otherwise you'd stop.
But the problem is, Resh, is that when you do that, you can still end up stopping because you don't realize how far you've come. You see what I'm saying? So imagine you're driving, yeah, and you're driving from where you come from to here.
Yeah.
But halfway through, you're thinking, I ain't there yet.
So you just
I'm going to switch off the engine and stop. But you don't realise you've already driven like 90 odd miles or however long it is. Do you see what I'm saying? You don't think about the night. You just think, oh, there's another 10 to go. I'm never going to make it.
The word is like, it sounds so cliche, but it's like, the word's drive, isn't it? Like,
Mm.
we've got drive.
Yeah, I
Because
can't stop.
obviously,
I can't stop.
It's like, we've come so far. But it's the fucking truth. I don't know any different.
But the problem is for me
I don't never want to stop.
is the internet. People think like I'm still me. I'd like to think I'm still the same brother that you met in 2000.
You are
Like
still-
I've not changed, and that's the biggest problem for me. Is like I still am the same guy. Like there's nothing different to me, like at all. I'm still the same character. So when people talk about this, like I'm a different person, that's also makes it hard to comprehend.
At uni.
Yeah, I was a
I
prick.
wish I knew you.
I'm still a prick, but I just hold it down.
Oh, bruv, the way we used to bump heads. I didn't know him at first, and it was like.
Do you know what it is?
You
Looking
get
back,
me?
because we were exactly the same.
Oh, bro.
He had his agenda, I had my agenda, and both of us were driving forward, and
But
no
we
one
were
was stopping
in
us.
the same kind of field, obviously, but it was just that all the time, and then we just found that common ground. It was just fucking hilarious.
And
man.
look at you now.
Exactly.
my
But
guy.
that's a testament. That's a big thing. Like, just that we're here. Like, this is how it was supposed to be. Do you get it?
Yeah.
Do you understand? Like,
100%.
he's seen, and I've seen from early, and you've come on board, and, you know, it's just, I don't know, man. Oh, this man's getting a bit sentimental. And
No,
I
it's
don't
true
know.
though. It's a beautiful thing.
It's just like, I just take
But one
a lot-
thing
take a
I
lot
would
from
say
it,
to
you
anyone,
understand?
one thing I would say to anyone that's on a journey, just sometimes you do need to take back. I'm saying to you and myself, I'm saying to you really, just take time to reflect. And that's what I was saying to you, like just take a bit of time and say, you know what, look at all this, like, look at 20, really sit down and look at 2020 for you. Do you see what I'm saying? You need to really check it and see what you've done and see who Firestar is, bro. That's what you need to do. And I need to do the same, but we're not talking about me. It's DJ Firestar show, isn't it?
Don't do that. Don't fucking do that. Listen, let's